Hey ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. As always, it is Nick here, back with your daily crypto news and analysis. And as you guys could probably tell, I still am sick, so if I do sound a little bit weird, that is probably why. But overall, today we're going to be talking about Casper. I have some exciting things to really kind of go in depth on. So with all of that in mind, sit back, relax, and before we fully jump on into this video, I just want to ask if you guys could please leave a like on this video. It does help the channel grow immensely. It only takes 2 seconds, and I do greatly appreciate it. Now, as you guys do see, this is fully updated. I just refreshed it before the video started. We are up 4.15% on the global crypto market cap. Bitcoin is making some moves today. I'm hoping for us to break over 50K. There's a lot of resistance around the 49.3 to 49.5K area. So, until that zone is actually reclaimed as major support at around like the 50K level, which isn't strong support. I just want to see us actually hold above that line for us to target 53.5K to 56K. I'm not going to expect too much crazy moves throughout the market, but of course, right now, things are looking pretty good. Now, I do want to talk to you guys about Casper because I've talked to you guys about so many updates within the Casper ecosystem, but I do want to talk to you guys about some specific things that are being built behind the scenes for Casper. Now, I know that my Casper videos don't get a lot of views, but that's not the reason why I like to report on Casper. I don't like to report on Casper just because of views or anything like that. I'm telling you guys about Casper because I do truly believe that this is one of those assets that could change a lot of individuals' lives. I'm heavily invested into Casper, as you guys already know. I don't shill this to make you guys, buy my bags or anything like that, because I see some like ridiculous comments on some of my videos where people are like, "You're just shilling to, pump your own bags." Guys, if I could do that, first off, I would not be shilling Casper and stuff like this. I'm a 30K, subscriber YouTuber, and 30K does not mean a lot in terms of pumping an asset like Casper that has a market cap of $300+ million. So overall, that is not why I talk about Casper. I talk about this because I do truly believe that it could change a lot of individuals' lives, especially considering the fact that when we're looking at the year-to-date percentages, we just looked at these in yesterday's video, we're only up 140% from the all-time low. We are also only up 303% year-to-date. So there is a ton of growth left in this asset. And like I said, with all of the use cases behind Casper, it is probably one of the most undervalued layer 1s out there. And I've already told you guys about layer 1s, how they're going to grow. I also talked to you guys about Web 3.0 as well. These are major, pretty much assets to really look into. Now, I do want to talk to you guys a little bit about IPW. So, as you guys are probably aware, first off, I don't even know why I don't follow MedHub, but essentially built on Casper Network by Casper Labs. This is IPW, and this is actually a fairly significant asset, or I shouldn't even say asset, but company in general. So it's the platform for blockchain-enabled IP transactions. And you can pretty much see this is one of their newest sort of use cases. IPW Smart Pools brings unmatched convenience, commitment, predictability, and speed to the technology sharing process through our own automated blockchain technology. And of course, you can pretty much see the benefits here. Patent pools, inefficient and expensive, high transaction costs, not innovative or not innovation oriented, often incited after litigation. And of course, we do see IPW Smart Pools. And you can pretty much see the benefits: efficient and transparent, lower transaction cost, adoption and innovation driven, lower cost and high adoption volume. Now, with all of this in mind, okay, it's all built on Casper. Imagine if this was built on Ethereum or something like that, right? Obviously, it would not work as, efficient. Now, let's do a little bit of a deep dive into IPW, because IPW is actually pretty interesting in terms of what their focus mission here is. And of course, this goes all the way back to 2007. We do see here our technology lineage begins. IPW is born. And of course, this is the first global patent market combining the information and tools to identify, research, evaluate, and transact in patents. Now, the best part about this is when we're talking about tokenization and stuff like that, they're building an NFT marketplace for patents. Yeah, that's right. This is going to be new, innovative technology. This is something that has never been done before. We are now ready to execute on our longer-term vision of being the fintech platform for IP as IP further develops into an asset class. So this is going to get very interesting. Here's their mission. You can pretty much read more about this if you guys do want to. But this is going to be very interesting, especially in the new world as we do march forward on into digitization, as tokenization and stuff like that is taking place, or taken over, I should say. You can read more about their leaders and stuff like this. A lot of these individuals are pretty high up, especially if you look back on their, pretty much overall history. So definitely pay attention to the IPW because they're doing some exciting things. And of course, here's that smart pools that we were just talking about. You can pretty much see everything behind this. Our smart pools appeal to patent owners, and of course, this is all really being built on Casper, and this is exactly something that I've always said, right? When you're looking at things being built while the price is still sitting stable, I've seen this with, I told you guys about this with Matic. Matic was having an update almost every week in terms of the use cases and stuff being built, and the price was sitting stagnant. Everybody was losing hope, and that's pretty much where you want to be buying. And of course, this is how the smart pools work. You see the founders, the tech leaders, if you will, and then of course the adoption/ROI patent technology. Sorry. Handles all operations, no additional corporate resources required, no hidden fees or costs, provides transparency, and then of course it's going to connect to SMEs, which are small, medium, and large enterprises as well. And then this is going to be pretty big in terms of the future of tech as well. I mean, tech is evolving day by day by day. Technology, as you guys already know, even in the short amount of time that I've been alive, like I've seen technology pretty much just rapidly grow at such a rapid pace. And of course, we do see here securing licensing and selling beyond the buzz and here to stay. Non-fungible tokens provide the nurturing ground for IP transactions and valuation. So, when we're talking about this, we do see here, right? We have thoroughly considered which elements of the blockchain technology you need to excel and tailored these elements to, each distinct IP use case with our tech partners IBM and Casper. So if you guys did not know, they are partnered with IBM. In fact, if we go over here, IPW and IBM seek to transform corporate patents with next generation NFTs using the IBM blockchain. Now, as we do know, they are partnered with IBM and also Casper. Now, the best part about this is you guys might be wondering, well, I wonder if Casper is working with IBM. Well, you don't need to, question that anymore because we even see here, Casper Labs now a part of IBM's global partner program. This is going to be very interesting, in terms of unfolding. Now, this goes back to June, by the way, so this is not new or anything like that, but it's still something that you need to take into accountability, especially if you are holding Casper. Or maybe you're thinking, is Casper going to succeed? I mean, in my opinion, with a lot of these partnerships and stuff like that I'm seeing, I have zero doubt that Casper is definitely going to become a massive layer 1 giant in this space. I think it's severely undervalued, and we do see here, with this business alignment and objective, the multinational technology firm IBM will gain admittance to this system of Casper Labs. So they are going to be utilizing Casper's technology as well. And of course, we know IBM is making some very, very nice strides in this market, as well as, partnering with Hedera Hashgraph as well. So, or I should say, becoming a GC member of Hedera Hashgraph, which is essentially the same thing. But overall, we do see here to take startup businesses to the next level. Casper Labs is a lucrative prospect, for a plethora of startup firms that are strengthening their business capabilities along with a Web3 ecosystem in place. So, when we're talking about, enterprise grade use cases, we're talking about developers and stuff like that. In my opinion, Casper definitely is probably one of the best choices. And I do think that this is going to be very interesting. We even see here with the action plan of offering its peculiarities, I hope that I said that right, to IBM's global agenda. Casper is now working with IPW or an IBM business associate to educate the firm about the blockchain network's outstanding profits. So, with all of this in mind, all of these major partnerships will pretty much, conjoin and pretty much connect all together in terms of the major use cases. I do, definitely think that this is something to really kind of look at and really kind of focus on in terms of corporate patents and stuff like that. I think that this is going to evolve into a massive use case and also a massive asset class, as they even mentioned themselves. And of course, you can look into the smart services as well, from AI-based answers to smart advisory services. This is going to get very interesting at scale. Like I said, tokenization and digitization is really taking over at such a rapid pace. So in my mind, when we're talking about Web 3.0 and we're talking about pretty much everything that we've been discussing for a very long time, we're looking here at their deliverables. Patent scope analysis. We're seeing patent landscape, roadmap to enhancement, competitive patent position as well. All of this plays a big key role in terms of even how do they benefit. Where's the ROI here for IPWE? Where's the ROI for Casper Labs? Because all of this will go hand in hand with some major partnerships, major transactions as well, and stuff like that. We even know how big the NFT scene is, growing billions and billions and billions, month to month. And when we're talking about this, right? Stronger patent position, increased monetization, risk mitigation as well. All of this is going to benefit those major corporate clients, those enterprise clients as well. And we even see here, your secure gateway to, efficient IP monetization and risk mitigation. All of this plays a key role in adoption of this technology, right? In my mind, when we're talking about something like this being built on Casper, this is huge. Okay, understand how big patent tokenization essentially is going to become. Every company, any company that has, patent technology or, just in general, a patent for anything. It could be a patent for, something that is innovative to one specific market or whatever. I see that being tokenized. I see some sort of massive asset class coming from this. I think that this is going to get very interesting very fast. Reveal the value of IP and IP related risk, cut your transaction costs, build your history of value, allocate your IP budget strategically as well. All of this is definitely going to play a key role in adoption for, first off, not only IPWE, but also we know, Casper Labs. So all of this is very significant, and a lot of these partnerships with like IPWE and stuff will also bleed into a partnership with something like IBM. We do see here tokenization provides greater transparency and can also make, related transactions simpler and more cost efficient, by representing IP in this way. It can be licensed, sold, and commercialized. Organizations can also more easily view the IP as an asset on their balance sheet. While NFTs have been used to represent digital art, sports memorabilia, and even iconic tweets, the early adoption of IP-based NFTs could usher in a transformation of how IP is treated by inventors and even enterprises. Like I said, this is going to get very, very interesting very fast, because this is going to increase all of the major things or the major problems that come with a lot of these patents, or just in general. We talk about data. Data is very poorly constructed right now. It can't be transacted with. It doesn't really have a significant ownership behind it. Tokenization is changing the entire way that we look at things, and I've always said that when we're talking about tokenization, that's why it's going to be so big. The tokenization of intellectual property up here will help position patents to be more easily sold, traded, commercialized, or otherwise monetized, and bring new liquidity to this asset class for investors and innovators. And I've always said the same thing about data, right? It allows data to be sold, traded, commercialized, all of that, right? That's why when I talk about data becoming the new oil, it truly is going to become that. So, in my mind, I'm definitely focused on where Casper could really become, or I shouldn't say become, but go in terms of a lot of these partnerships, because we always talk about, even for an example, Hedera with a lot of their partnerships. IBM is definitely one of the leading names in the game for a lot of technological advances, especially within blockchain and even just crypto in general. So this is definitely something to keep an eye out on. Definitely pay attention to what's being built. Don't just focus on the price action. Like I said, all because I'm not making videos on Casper does not mean that I don't support this, network or anything like that. Trust me, guys, I still support it. All because I'm not making a video doesn't mean that I don't support it. It's very hard to find things to talk about all the time for one specific asset. So with all of that in mind, I hope that you all enjoyed this video. If you guys did, definitely leave a like, subscribe, turn notifications on. If you guys want more free content, you guys are more than welcome to follow me on Twitter and join the free Discord down in the description below. As always, I hope that you all have a beautiful day or beautiful night wherever you guys are in this beautiful world. This has been Nick. Peace out, guys.